Hello and good day to everyone. I am Assistant Professor Shweta Dubey over here to talk about 4Ps of marketing. 4Ps of marketing is a topic in the subject Principles of Marketing, which is taught in the first year of Bachelor of Management Studies. Well, what does 4Ps of marketing mean? According to Philip Kotler, if you combine these 4Ps together, you get the actual meaning and definition of what marketing stands for. So, what exactly 4Ps of marketing represent, and where does this term originate? Marketing mix, as already stated, is a term which was popularized by Neil H. Borden in his 1564 article. He stated that marketing mix would be the right explanation wherein we could combine all P's together. Now, these P's was a term which was coined up by E. Jerome McCarthy, where he stated that you have four P's in all, which can be utilized to identify each and every aspect of marketing and each and every discipline of marketing. Now, what are these four P's? These four P's are product, price, place, and promotion. Each of them, once you study them in detail, you will get the exact strategy which you need to implement to make your product successful in the market. If you want to achieve success, and if you want to achieve and if you want to sustain in the market for a long period of time, four P's of marketing is what you need to prepare first. Once you are done with it, I'm sure you would reach a stage where you have a very thorough understanding of your product, of your market, how you're going to get it delivered to the customer, and also who is your customer and how are you going to communicate with them. Let's have a look in detail at all these four P's. The very first one is product. It is considered to be one of the most important marketing mix elements. Without taking any product decision, you won't be able to move forward with any other element also. So first, you need to decide what kind of product you are going to come up with, what would be its design, how are you going to standardize its quality, how are you going to package it, what would be the functionality of your product, which technology are you going to use in preparation of your product, how are you going to package and present it to the customer, how are you going to brand it and create an identity for it, what would be the payment terms, what would be the additional services that you would be providing. So along with the core product, there would be supplementary services, there would be after sale services. What exactly would be the entire package that you are presenting to the customer as a part of the product package? What would be the warranty and how readily would it be available in the market is what you study in product. So if you have a look at it, you would realize that we are studying nitty gritty details of what a product represents. Moving on to the next element, which is price. The pricing strategy is your USP in the market. Once you decide on your pricing strategy, you would be able to define every other aspect of it. For example, if you look at a FMCG product, the strategy usually remains as a penetration pricing. We go for penetration pricing because we want to enter the market and set base in the market very quickly, and hence penetration pricing is used. On the other hand, there are some products where we go for premium pricing. So likewise, we have around 10 to 12 strategies. You can either use them independently or you can use a combination of all these strategies together at different regions for different customers at different levels. Along with that, we also what all we study in price is also the discount options that you're going to provide to the customers. What would be the allowances that would be provided to them? How would you recover the money? That is, what would be the payment period? What would be the credit terms? And what would be the payment methods? Are you going to accept the money online, offline? Would it be a down payment and EMI basis situation, or it is going to be a one shot settlement? It all depends on the type of product that you are marketing, the kind of recovery that you want to achieve, what is the per unit cost that you have invested in making a product, what would be the marketing expenses that you would be incurring when you are selling the product. Along with that, you are going to define what would be a sustainability value. So according to your brand, you're going to set the price. So there are, as you can see, there are n number of factors which we discuss when we speak about pricing. It's not just the per unit marketing cost, per unit production cost. There is also the equity value that you have developed over the ages. Moving on to the next element, which is place. Well, in place, we are talking about getting the right product to the right customer at the right time, in the right manner, in the right place. So right place defines how readily or how easily a product is made available to a customer. So it all depends on your distribution network and how quickly and easily you can make a product readily available to the customer. So in place element, we are going to study about what are the different trade channels that you are going to use. Is it going to be a direct channel, that is there is nobody who is interrupting a conversation or the sale between you and the customer, or is it going to be an indirect channel where you are going to use variety of middlemen or intermediaries who are going to get your product delivered to the customer? For example, we have wholesalers, we have distributors, we have retailers who do the job of sending your product to the customer. So is it going to be a direct network or is it going to be a via mode? You have to choose on the basis of the trade channels that you have. What is the market area that you're covering? Are you covering a special locality or are you covering a region? What are you going to go national? Are you going to go international? All these things are decided when you decide on the place and how readily you can make the product available. Besides that, we are also going to discuss about logistics and supply chain, which may include inventory, transportation, warehousing, and also e-commerce platforms. Moving on to the next element, which is promotion. Promotion defines the communication method that you are going to use to talk to your customer. You can have various methods or various tools which can be used for promoting about your product. If we speak about promotional tools, the different tools available at our disposal are advertising, something that you have seen, you feel, and it is a part of your day-to-day process. In a day, you might receive around thousands of responses in the form of advertising. It can be available on newspapers, it can be on the social media platforms that you're accessing, it can be on the bus that you're traveling into, it might be on the billboard that you get to see once you step out into the open. So there is advertising, there is personnel selling where there is one-on-one interaction between a company representative and you. There is sales promotion. For example, you have buy one get one free, you have special Friday to Sunday sale. These are all sales promotion activities. Then you have public relations, something which is done in a subtle manner, but it is a very carefully crafted plan that is being created and executed so that you keep on talking about the product day in and day out. Every day there would be little bit of information which will be available, which would be made available to you, which will create curiosity about the product in your mind. Besides that, there is direct marketing, there is catalog marketing, there is magazines which you can use and which you can use to promote your product and also sell the product. Then there are various other forms of promotion. For example, there are trade fairs, there are events, there are publicity stunts. All these together form the promotional tools which are at your disposal, which when integrated together and when brought together will create a huge impact, which will create a greater impact as opposed to using them on an individual basis. One more aspect which can be used for promotion is the corporate identity that you create. Corporate identity is again a very carefully crafted image that your company has built over the years. It will provide leverage to the products and the services that your company plans to present. So these are the 4 P's of marketing. As already stated, once you are clear with these 4 P's, you are clear with your marketing plan and marketing strategy. How do you proceed? How do you plan to go ahead? First, get a clarity on these 4. Once these 4 elements are clear, you are very sure about how to take the next step forward. All that remains is looking at your analysis of environment that in which you are going to operate, and accordingly you can adjust and evolve with time. So this is what marketing mix stands for. These are the 4 P's of marketing, and we will be talking about 4 C's of marketing which are running parallel to this. So the 4 C's of marketing are consumer benefit, consumer cost, consumer convenience, and consumer communication. All 4 go hand in hand with the 4 P's of marketing. Well, with this we end today's lecture. Thank you very much for listening. Have a nice day.